terms of the tactical battle, Pep got it right.
Mikel, obviously a big disappointment. How raw does it feel right now?
Yeah, it's painful when you get to a final and you have that will to win the first trophy of the season after 8 months working on it is always tough. The game had moments in the first half. I think we were very good. We had the best chance of the game so far to put it 1-0, and then the game would have been different. In the second half, we started not so great, and the first 15-20 minutes we have problems sitting too deep and then giving the ball away straight away too many occasions. But the reality is that they had 2 shots and they scored 2 goals, and that's the level as well.
What's your overall feeling about how your team have played, though? Do you have that sort of nagging sense that on the big day you didn't quite deliver your best level?
There are 2 different halves. I think the first half, one that is very positive, and the second half in every sense, and the second half, especially the first 20-25 minutes, a different one. But as well, you have to give credit to the position and the level that they have, and that's not a coincidence. That's what they've done in the last 10 years. What
happened in that phase of the game? You seem to suddenly start to find it so difficult to get out.
To get out from?
From the keeper to you were obviously trying to bait the press, and it felt so difficult for you to get up the pitch.
We were imprecise on time. We had the opportunities to break them through. We give the ball away. When we regained the ball, we gave it straight back, and then they had momentum in deep, which they're going to do at times because, as I said, they are really good on that. And then, without really creating nothing, they scored the first goal out of nothing, and 3 minutes later, the second one.
A genuine question. Is there anything more you can do in those moments? There's a couple of phases where Kepa holds onto the ball with it at his feet for like 40 seconds. Is he doing the right to try and bait the press, or is there another way around that?
We talk about a lot of things, and it's not the moment to talk about that.
And obviously, for the manager, always, if you win, you're a genius. If you lose, you're the guy who has to answer the questions.
Which I am.
Which you are, absolutely. But any regrets about the choice of goalkeeper? That will be the headline from that, I guess.
I would do it again because he deserves to play this game, and he's been phenomenal for us, and that's it. Errors are part of football, and anybody can make them.
Do you think the weight of necessity, expectation, they're used to winning, you're trying to obviously make a breakthrough, does that play any part today?
I don't think, because if not, I think we would have seen it in the first half, and that didn't happen.
Last question then, how important to stay calm in this moment? You've still got potentially a huge, magical season ahead of you. And I remember after Wolves, and I remember after Man United, you stayed calm, you kept the team sort of on message. Is it another important moment for calm heads?
We had 8 incredible months together. Today is a disappointment. Football is part of that, and then we have to work and improve and use that fire that we have in the belly right now to have 2 amazing months at the end of the season.
Thank you, Mikel.
Thank you.
Thank you, brother.
I mean, it's no surprise, Ian, is it, that he's going to say he's got no regrets over his selection. He's not going to come out and go, actually, with hindsight, maybe I shouldn't have switched my goalkeepers. Yeah. He's got to support his players. That's understandable.
Yeah, absolutely. But the thing is obviously it would have been brilliant for us to win this for the fans. They haven't seen us lift a trophy. Probably when we did lift a trophy is in the COVID, so it would have been nice for the fans. But in respects of, like I say, the project and what we're doing, the main thing is to focus on the league. This would have been good, and I think that we have to be in the mindset of, come on, let's get ready, let's go again. It's unfortunate. City done well; they're a great side. They punished us for the mistakes we made, but we've got bigger fish to fry, so let's go and focus on that.
Does the international break help, do you think? And actually, they've got the FA Cup as well, so it goes international break, then FA Cup. Yeah. So the next time they play in the league is what, 3 weeks away?
There's plenty of time, but like Arsenal's record, they've scored the joint most goals with City, and they conceded the less goals. They're still playing well, they're still making themselves difficult to beat. They're not making it comfortable to watch an Arsenal game in respects of the latter stages, apart from what Max done the other day. But they're still winning games, and we've got to go to the positive place because we want to finish this off. This is the 4th season we're trying to do it. Can't finish second again. We've got to try and finish this off, and that's where we need to make sure that the energy is focused on getting that done.
So would you have started Raya today?
Me personally?
Yes, just
me personally. Yeah, of course I would. Because I
said that before the game as well,
right?
Yeah,
only because, listen, I don't mind the sentiment, of playing playing the second keeper. I don't mind it if that's what you want to do. But for me, if you want to win the tournament, you want your best goalkeeper in. I think that's just how I feel about it. And I think that kind of mistake is and the reason why fans will probably say, well, Raya should have started, but he doesn't regret it. He believes it was the right decision to make. Unfortunately, he made that mistake, and now, you know what I mean, again, you just have to think to yourself, well, it was a gamble and it didn't work out.
The flip side of that, of course, Jamie, and you said you would have started Raya at the start as well. The flip side of that is that anybody can make a mistake, and as I asked you pre-match, if at the start of the Carabao Cup campaign you say, I'm going to go with my number 2 keeper, and you get all the way to the final that way, players are going to appreciate the loyalty of that, aren't they?
I think they'd appreciate it if you hadn't dropped that ball and Raya was in goal. So no, I don't get that sentiment, if I'm honest, Mark. It's just the way I am. I don't. This has become a new phenomenon over the last few years. Now we've seen Kepa. I'm not trying to jump into his grave here, but we saw him something very similar happen when he was a goalkeeper for Chelsea.
Sarri,
when he had Sarri and he had cramp and then he missed a penalty. So I don't really like this, but Kelleher is a great example where it's gone really well for, because he did that for Liverpool. Now, each to their own. I don't like it. I just feel that it should be, you're trying to win it. Max Allane is a really good young defender. He played against Newcastle as a centre-back. So brilliant. He did really well. But does that mean that you're going to keep, because he did really well against Newcastle, let's play him at centre-back. The most important position where, especially with goalkeepers being a little bit rusty, they make mistakes. So he looked at it, and that mistake looked like a goalkeeper that hasn't had a lot of form. It doesn't make any sense to me to do it. But it's become a new thing, and it's great, it's been nice, let's keep our goalkeepers happy. Arsenal need to win trophies. That's the stick that beats them all the time. Now, if they win this one today, and I don't think David Raya, people might say, well, David Raya made a mistake against Wolves a few weeks ago, but that was a totally different one to that one today. I just think I wouldn't have started him, and it was a big mistake playing him.
As he sees his Manchester City side win.
What can I say? Always when we win a trophy is important, but especially it was special because we had a tough 2 weeks, and especially against opponent. So it's the strongest one. What I've done in the Champions League is so difficult, and the way, especially the second half, in the first as well, the first 15 minutes they suffocate us. We could not breathe. And after that, when we won some second balls and we start, to play, and